One historic building in Mount Morris has a new owner. Our very own 13WRX's Dylan Valencia walks us through what the building looks like now and finds out what's in store to preserve it.
A unique building that hundreds of people in Mount Morris know of as the Kable building, having stood idle now for 2 years, has a new owner, inspiring several, as many remember it as a part of their childhood.
I grew up seeing this building. I always thought it was the coolest building in town. It was the tallest building in town, and it had just a large, prolific landmark value to it.
John Russell is the new owner of the Kable building, a historic notable building that is well known by almost everyone in Mount Morris.
The more time I ask people, what do you think about this building? The people that knock on the door say, what are you going to do in there? We're really excited. I've had a lot of family work in there. There's a picture on the 3rd floor that means something to me. People tend to know a lot about this building from the inside out because many people in this community have worked here. For many times, this was one of the largest manufacturers of magazines, and this was a large employer for the community for probably decades.
That large employer, Kable News Company, purchased the building in 1932 as a massive magazine publishing location, and ultimately becoming one of the largest publishers in the U.S. at the time. With hundreds of people reaching out to John on social media, asking what he plans to do with the building, he's beginning to understand the community impact it has.
I'm finding out there's a lot of interest for that kind of space use. So we're excited to see if we can help small businesses accelerate here.
John giving a historical walkthrough.
The former owners were kind enough to leave me some of the pictures that show what used to be the campus back in the 1950s and the 40s. And the era of this is certainly in the late 1800s or the early 1900s. And it's just absolutely incredible.
After the bell tower caught fire on the top of the building stands on what was Mount Morris College.
My understanding is there's multiple buildings that have burned down off of the Mount Morris College campus here, but this building did survive it. But you can still see the charred remnants of some of the beams that were here, and some of this is just so cool to me because this is, you know, you're talking such a large, massive support beam of how old buildings were made.
John is excited to bring back the significance of this building and utilize it to the best of its ability. One of the first plans, the parking lot.
So this parking lot is a really neat parking lot. This is probably the largest parking space in all of downtown Mount Morris. So one of the fun things about this is on Friday nights you have a very large band presence in the band shell just adjacent to us. So we'd love to have a farmer's market so a lot of local businesses have a place to sell things that they find valuable.
This purchase was just over $125,000, with John hoping to utilize the space to benefit businesses across the area and bring economic growth back to the city, to the iconic Kable building. I'll send it back over to you.